What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Nathan, and on this planet we send it. And what we're going to be getting in today, well, we're going to be getting into part 2 of the Rodriquez rock garden. And if you saw part 1, you saw that we had made it only to the end of the first rock garden. And as a matter of fact, on that one rock garden, we had someone break a U-joint. 2 gladiators had to get winched out. It just wasn't good for the long wheelbase. And then even myself, I realized that my rear locker wasn't functioning. So I'm going to have to actually get that fixed pretty soon. So the plan for this video is we are just going to be starting off where we left off in part 1. And we're going to do a short music montage over to the second rock garden. If you recall, this whole area is only 4/10 of a mile long. So getting done with that rock garden, we're going to be just right in for some action pack when we get over here to the second rock garden. And I think you're going to enjoy watching it. So again, I'm trying to keep a lot of the detail in these videos so that people that are coming through have a good idea of what to expect. But I think you're still going to enjoy it because it definitely was an intense trail to where now a couple of other people are going to have to be getting winched, and then also taking a little bit of damage. All right, I got a plan in place. Risks were acceptable. Let's go ahead and send it. Give you guys a forward look as I narrate here. So you definitely got to pay attention to where you're doing your wheel placements, and it seems like at just about every turn, you know, you gotta you're not sure what's coming around the bend, so to say, waiting for the gladiators to kind of come up from behind me. Okay, they're moving, but this is definitely turning out to be extremely fun, and as Joe said, challenging from the start. Hopefully, fingers crossed, knocking on my head, knocking on wood, that there, you know, okay, no more breaking, but you know, we're about to get in it. All right, we are at the final rock garden, and this is kind of separated in between 2 different sections. You got this first part that's not too difficult. You see Bling making easy work of it right now. I actually had a little bit of struggle because my rear locker wasn't working. If it was working, it would have been a lot easier. I had to get a bump to get through, but no big deal. The gladiators, in fact, decided they want to just take the bypass after watching a few of us go through, and then after seeing the next section. But when we get to the next section, that's kind of when the fun begins, because that's definitely where it starts getting a little bit interesting on the available lines for which rigs.
Keep coming. Stop right there. Just chill out right there for now.
You got that line, just give it a little gas. Okay, hold on. You want to hold this?
Get a tiny bump.
Yep, I got it. Back up just a bit, and then you're going to want to come driver just a little. Sheesh. Come on. Passenger. Perfect.
What's your lockers on?
Are your lockers on?
I think he's stiff. He's too far to the passenger. He needs to be pushed more driver.
You're welcome. Hold that line.
Yeah, it's a hard passenger.
Hard passenger. Hard passenger. There you go. Driver. There you go. That line right there. Let's get you in. Passenger. There you go.
Hello, driver. Hold that line. Don't turn it towards me yet. Now from the passenger seat.
Yeah.
No, I have to back up. Gotta put him right on this. Now come back this way. Okay, it's going to be climbing. Take this an inch at a time here, right? Just a little more, 1 inch. You're at the peak, you're going to start. There you go, keep coming. There you go, you got this. That's exactly where you want to be. Everybody gets on that. Keep going. You got it.
So we arrived at the final rock garden, and at the time I didn't know this was the last rock garden, but all I know is I was looking at these rocks right in front of my tire thinking like, okay, these boulders right here are dwarfing my 35s, but I was also seeing how some people had stocked the rocks there on this little area and then on the next, so I thought, okay, where originally I was thinking I was going to probably be teeter-tottering on here and being turtled out, that I thought I had a chance. So once Kim goes through here in Bling, you'll see that I also realized that this was an obstacle where one was going to go through and then the next. So here shortly you'll see me transition from going from within the Jeep going to outside the Jeep to try to get better shots of Kim.
Little tiny work. And then turn hard driver. Hard driver. Now passenger hard. Keep coming. Don't stop. Go. There you go. Atta girl. There you go. Back driver, Nate. There you go. Both of these.
Look at that, you can just go right.
Go back driver a hair. There you go. Now you can turn passenger hard.
Wow, these guys come right in there
These
and
are just right in between them. Keep coming, Nate. Use that line. Use that line. Don't turn. Don't turn. Driver. More driver. Okay, you didn't do that. You got it. Keep coming. Straight down you go. Good. Great job, Nate. Actually impressed with the uniform today.
So by the time I grabbed my GoPro and got back over here, John here in Ghost Rider was already high center. Now, John being in a four-door had 38s, and that combination just made his breakover point just shy of being able to get past it. Because if you recall, this is where I had my 35-inch tire discussion, and I was concerned about myself being able to make over it, but John actually ended up getting caught. And you'll see how he was kind of digging a hole out there, and that's going to play a role for everyone else coming up behind him, the last two Jeeps behind John.
Okay, come up, passenger. There you go. That's enough. There you go. Keep coming. Now turn straight. There you go. Nice and slow. Passenger now. No, I'm sorry, John. Driver. Okay. Hang on. Stop, stop. Give it a little gas, dude. From right here. Give it a little gas and stop right there. Right in the hole. Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go. Go. You're too
Hold on to the winch.
Hang on. You got it. Keep coming, John. Good. Stay a little passenger, not much. There you go. Seeing stars. Good. Turn passenger now. Good.
Are they leaving?
Nah, just bypassing.
More passenger, John. There you go.
Joe was telling him earlier, you need to take a look at this before you head through.
Doing good.
Oh, did he took a walk?
Yeah, and he's like, you got to make the decision because once you get past that point.
You can't.
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Did the red one do it too?
Good question. I don't see him following behind. Oh, here he comes.
More. Okay, we're gonna come up. There you go. Straighten out. Hold that line all the way through this little thing. Now pass it. Fight for it, John. Go. Nice.
And now we're returning to the trouble area again. I just want to mention Audi here is on 40s, and honorable mention, he has a V8 LT1 from Motec combined with an 8-speed.
He just dug his hole out so deep now.
He's going to have to run right into the bush.
You can try over this thing.
I think you should straighten out and back out. Passenger.
Right up to that.
Passenger. As you come up, passenger. There you go. Keep coming. Now turn it out. Now you can stop. Back up about 6 inches. Good. Right there. Now turn driver. I'll use the sidewalk. Right there. Turn back. Now come forward. No, right there. Come forward. You're going to use the sidewalk.
Oh, it was gonna do it.
Passenger. Passenger and come forward. There you go. Back to the driver. Turn you back and forth. There you go.
Nice.
Hang on. I feel sorry for the next group coming through that section.
Or the next Jeep.
Yeah. Oh, that's you, huh? Like I said, the next group. You know, if you had coilovers, that would have never happened.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, driver a little bit. No, don't climb. They're going to hit you into these rocks. Turn back, driver. There you go. Stop. Now you're pinched in. Turn hard passenger if you can. Yeah, hard passenger if you can. You can't come forward. You may have to back up to do this. Okay, right there and turn hard down. Now you can come forward. Hard passenger. It'll push you up. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep it hard driver. Coming up. Come on up. Stay driver with it though. There you go. Hold that line. Hard passenger.
Now we just watched Audi and a JK on 40s barely make it past this obstacle. Now we have Brian and a JL on 40s, similar wheelbase, but unfortunately Audi had dug this out a little bit. But you can see Joe tried to give Brian the assist and put some rocks down. So let's see how Brian does.
Driver. Yep. Hard driver. Fight for it, Brian. There you go. Keep going. You had it. Should you move your wheel back and forth? Go all the way passenger with it. Okay, hang on. Can you back up? Straight. Okay. Looks like we're winching. Yep, driver with it. Driver. Yeah, you're coming, dude. It's gonna spin. Okay, Ryan, there you go. He's coming.
Hey, I'm pulling him up.
You got it now.
You're doing great.
Get it,
Driver.
get it.
Thank you for the help here. I'm sure Fifth Element couldn't have made it without you. So this was one obstacle that I was actually talking to Joe to take a different line. Those rocks kind of perpendicular to Brian here and go out a different line. Because from down there, it looked a little too high for my LJ. Thought I was going to get high centered again. I just didn't have the confidence. But Joe said, no, I can make it. And it just turns out this obstacle looks a lot worse from when you're down there compared to here. As long as you stay to the right like Brian is, you'll see Joe kind of pin him up there. And then at the last second, have him turn over. You end up coming out, no problem. So let's go ahead and watch Brian finish this up.
Don't stop. Keep going. You go.
All right, Brian. Now, I know this is a little out of order, but I had only recorded Brian and myself in this section, so you'll see me going through it from the cockpit.
Yeah, good. More driver. Full driver all the way.
Okay. Full driver.
Yep. Go, go. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
And on this clip, just kind of showing and emphasizing that you should be expecting body damage. Brian here is showing us how towards the middle of this last rock garden, he was rubbing up on one of the large boulders and just kind of definitely scraping off and scratching up his, not only his powder coating, but the bolt here too also was getting notched up pretty well and potentially might be pretty difficult to pull off if ever he wants to try. Wouldn't surprise me.
No, it really is. You need to sprout your wings and go fly the unicorn.
Grabbing a picture, 1 second.
I know you're not going to take a picture of that rainbow.
Yes, I am.
Yep, he gets rainbows and I get black clouds.
Kim wants to find a big bag of money. Thinks she needs to start in Brian's pockets. It's in the Jeep at the end. Oh, I'm not the one driving around with $30,000 engines. Neither are we. And what are you trying to say, pal? There's a hell of a lot more than that. 35,000. It's getting warmer. You know what I mean? I mean, if I had 30 plus grand to put into an engine, you know. Hey, I put on the transmission too, mister. Don't sell it short. And a transfer case.
3 of them.
Yeah, let's see if we can bring a transfer case today, Brian. 3, you jinxed Patrick by saying that. Yeah.
Getting out of here just in time. It would have been a bit more interesting if the rocks were wet.
It would have been a lot more interesting if we were making a repair on Patrick's Jeep in the rain, too. Oh, I bet that last Jeep at the end has one of those power electric umbrellas to keep us dry. Yeah, but it's one of those DeWalt ones that don't work very well. You have to admit, my drill made light work of that 32 millimeter bolt. Yeah, it's almost as good as Milwaukee. Hey, I didn't see any Milwaukees here, so I'd shut it if I were you. It's because I keep my good tools in my garage. Right where you need them when your Jeep's broken, right? But my Jeep wasn't broke. Your Jeep, his Jeep, my Jeep. Everybody's one. Doesn't matter.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one.